Would you ever be comfortable reporting your manager to HR? Would you ever be comfortable reporting your manager to his or her manager? Would you ever be comfortable filing an official complaint to the EEOC regarding your manager? These are all questions that you should ponder regarding your manager. The second part of this is, do you feel that managers should receive leadership development training as they are promoted to a management position? Do you think that all managers should go through some type of formal leadership training program prior to assuming the roles and responsibilities of a manager? These are just questions that have crossed my mind. Wanted to share them with you, wanted to find out your feedback. So please, please, please comment in the chat. What are your thoughts on these two issues? Would you report your manager, and should all managers go through leadership development training? So what I would say is and let me first say, it takes a lot of courage to get to the point where you feel you have to report your manager. Again, this is Professor BJ. This is all for education and entertainment purposes only. That is a tough call to make. There's no right or wrong answer. Sometimes we feel that we have no other choice. We've spoken with the manager. We have tried to course correct whatever the issue is. But if it's to a point where you can no longer stand coming to work, being in your work environment, after having spoken to the manager, made he or she aware of your issues, then you have two options. You can always quit. That's not always the right answer or the most advised response. So HR, that's what HR's role is, to help mediate situations where there's a conflict, where there's issues. Sometimes go in and do an investigation, talk to others in their workplace that may have experienced the same thing from other employees. So again, very situational, again, for education and training purposes only. But secondly, leadership development training. It is my professional opinion that anyone that's, especially new managers that are new to the role of a manager, there are very specific roles and responsibilities that are bestowed upon you to get that extra money, to get that big title. Higher level responsibilities if you're promoted within the same department, if you're promoted over your friends and your colleagues. Different dynamics, different roles, different boundaries. Very, very important to have boundaries. We all know we've had managers that may be really amazing people. Again, this is not personal, this is professional. Amazing people outside of the office, but they have difficult times with critical conversations, with enforcing rules and regulations. Unfortunately, sometimes if they're friendships, sometimes the boundaries get blurred. We've all probably seen that, where sometimes cliques are formed in work areas. But very, very important that companies understand the need to have leadership development training. Very important so that they can be effective in their roles. They can encourage, promote a healthy and safe work environment. That they can be the first line of defense for employees that have their own issues. That they know what tools and resources that they have at their disposal, what things they can and cannot do. Sometimes, how to be professional, how to be appropriate, knowing what to say under the right circumstances. Because sometimes people, if they're new to a role, they're unfamiliar, they may not know how to handle certain situations. That's what leadership development does. And as you spend more time in that role, you become more comfortable, you become more confident, and you're able to look back years later and say, man, I was I was very immature as a new leader. I was very inappropriate at times as a new leader. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of, faking it until I made it, so to speak. So very, very important, very serious matter. Companies should ensure, in my opinion, again, for training education purposes only, that managers are trained, they're given the right resources, they are equipped with the right skill set to assume that higher position, and that they can in turn help develop their employees to move on to other career paths, to get promoted, to be successful. If the manager doesn't know how to be successful, how are they going to encourage someone else to how to be, or show them how to be successful, what steps to take? Again, very, very important. Again, this is Professor BJ. Until the next video, have a wonderful day, and think about that. Would you report your manager, and should all managers go through some type of training? Thank you.